People from this community have been converging on this shelter. This line of folks has been relentless since the first alarm went off.
Rossi the pug that just rescued him from a house that was devastated by this tornado.
Deadly tornadoes across the Mid-South. All 3 Mid-South states reporting tornadoes in an hours-long outbreak. Our team of meteorologists on the air live for 15 hours at least, tracking severe, damaging, deadly, long-track tornadoes, again, over the last 15 hours.
And the threat's not over. Now, a generational rainfall event is in store. We're talking catastrophic flooding. We have team coverage tracking it all out for you. Good morning, Memphis at 5 o'clock starts right now with severe weather coverage. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ernie Freeman.
And I'm Valerie Calhoun. It is 5 o'clock straight up on this Wednesday. This morning, our top story is the weather. It was a chaotic, long night for the Mid-South weather-wise. At least 3 deaths confirmed now following the storms, one in Fayette County, one in Obion County, one in McNairy County.
This morning, there's storm damage left from last night's round of storms. We're live here in McNairy County with a look at what these people went through last night.
We are under another weather impact alert day as storms have been hitting the Mid-South for more than 12 hours. Mississippi with several tornado warnings overnight. We'll show you some of the damage left in Senatobia.
And tornadoes like this one in Lake City, Arkansas, destroyed homes and took lives. As communities recover, our team is working to keep you safe and informed.
First, so let's say good morning to everybody. It may not be the best morning for some as they're waking up with damage and some potentially even with lost lives in their communities. I'm Ruben Diaz. Thank you so much for joining us. We want to make sure to keep you safe as we can during these storms.
Coming up on News 40 Sunrise, we're taking a look at some of the damages to come out of the recent round of active weather that our area saw overnight. Plus, a new study suggests not getting enough of the right kind of sleep may increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. We'll have a look at that data. Then, we'll have a recap of Governor Andy Beshear's visit to Warren County Wednesday. Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. Today is Thursday, April 3rd. I'm Ashley Wilson. We begin with our top stories. This morning, at least 20,000 people across the state are without power.
WPSD Local 6, your breaking news and weather authority. This is Local 6 Today.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock on our Thursday. We begin this morning under a weather authority alert, a state of emergency in Kentucky. There's one death to report in Missouri, and we are not out of the woods yet with the flooding expected over these next several days. Let's start with Chief Meteorologist Trent Okerson. And Trent, are we out of the woods when it comes to the threat of tornadoes this week?
No, unfortunately, we're not quite out of the woods.
Live, local, late breaking. This is 44 News This Morning. We begin this morning with a Storm Team 44 weather alert.
And first, that Storm Team 44 weather alert. There are reports of widespread wind damage and power outages this morning as the tri-state wakes up from a wild night of severe weather. We want to thank you for joining us for 44 News this morning at 6 o'clock. I'm Tommy Mason.
And I'm Megan Garrett, and we're glad you're safe this morning. We do have meteorologist Sam Coplin, who's tracking the latest this morning.
Well, after an active day of weather yesterday, we turned quieter, at least to start today, and also much cooler.
Your news now. This is WTWO News Today.
Good morning. I'm David Shepard. Let's get started with a check of the top stories we are following for you this morning. First at 6, breaking news overnight out of New Goshen, one of the areas hardest hit by last night's severe weather. Crews spent much of the night going door to door, checking on residents and assessing the damage. Our Jen Thompson is live in New Goshen this morning with more on the storm and the damage left behind. Hi, Jen.
Hi, David. Yeah, still a somber scene out here in New Goshen this morning. Obviously very, very dark, but power crews are here working hard to restore power. Many residents without power since 8:30, 9 o'clock last night.
Now on Sunrise, multiple sightings of apparent tornadoes, including this one in Hamilton County. We are surveying the storm damage across central Indiana.
And a miraculous rescue at a Hendricks County warehouse after strong winds collapsed this roof. We are hearing from the first responders that saved a woman's life.
And it was a crazy night last night. A lot of us have not slept very much because of all the rain and thunderstorm trying to wake us up. But we're going to go through where we possibly have had some tornado touchdowns across central Indiana.
Live from 13 News, you're up with Sunrise. And at 4 o'clock on your Thursday morning, let's get right to it. Glad you're up with us here on 13 Sunrise. I'm Julia, along with Karen and Matt this morning, who probably didn't get a lot of sleep. I know that you were up for a while.
Yeah, I did not get a lot of.
We're just praising the good Lord above.
Possible twister tearing through the small town of Bourbon.
I was watching it on the news.
They're gonna come over here.
No.
Homes damaged, power lines down.
When we came up out of the basement and I saw siding in a tree beside us, I was like, okay, that was a tornado.
The small community coming together.
We were directing traffic so that people wouldn't drive over the power line.
Right now, it's best case scenario as far as the community and just the response so far has been amazing.
The same storm sweeping across the southern Midwest with deaths and damage.
That's my home.
Multiple major breaking news stories right now at midday. We will get to that storm damage in just a moment. But part of Mishawaka is without power right now, and it's not storm related.
From the station that's on your side, this is Channel 7 News Midday.
Man that lives down at the end of the street, his trailer is completely gone. He is safe. We just talked to him. He's safe. And I mean, the shelters are all filled up. Can't get in there. 18 was down. It's pretty terrifying. We got married under that tree back there and it's gone.
Storms ripping through the state, damaging homes and businesses in 22 counties. 4 injuries have been reported so far, and thankfully no deaths. Channel 7's Daniela DeHogany is reporting from the field, giving us a look at the damage in Lake City. And Kayla Christian is looking into the flooding risks to come. All of that still to come. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm Ryan Houston, and I'm here with meteorologist James Bryant. James, great job yesterday. You and the entire weather team, thank you so much for your hard work.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But we've got a few more days to go.
Okay.
With Alert Day coverage now, this is Wave News.
Our Alert Day coverage continues with more rounds of rain that aren't going to stop for quite a few days. Let's get right over to meteorologist Ryan Hope with the latest. Ryan?
All right, Dawn. Yeah, the rain is here and it's going to stick around for a while. That's why the Alert Days continue. We've got
keeping you safe, informed, connected. This is News Channel 5 at 10.
A bit of relief at this hour as an hours-long tornado watch has officially expired. A viewer sharing this video of this ominous-looking cloud shelf in Wilson County this evening. That's near the Nashville Superspeedway. We've seen similar images and videos of the dramatic skies today as we face not only a tornado watch, but a number of warnings as well. Our Storm 5 alert, though, remains in place as we track more storms to the west and those rising floodwaters. Thanks for being with us, everyone. At 10, I'm Rory Johnston. We are going to begin with team coverage. Our Kelsey Gibbs is watching road conditions in Storm 5 Titan. Nikki Hauser has an update from the State Emergency Operations Center. And, of course, our marathon meteorologists. They are busy. Let's get right to them. At the Weather Center, Heather Mathis and Katie Melvin keeping a close eye on conditions. What's the latest?
Right now, on the NBC5 News at 10, a Neuqua Valley High School teacher facing several felony charges, accused of sexually assaulting a child.
And strong reaction to President Trump's new global tariffs, from the stock market to worries about higher prices. NBC5 investigates tonight.
Several people rescued, 9 of them hospitalized after an extra alarm fire on the north side. I spoke to a neighbor who shares her experience. That story coming up.
And rain is back in the forecast just in time for the weekend. Brant Miller lets us know when it will clear out. And the 41st annual Chicago Latino Film Festival gets started tonight. We will take you there. The news at 10 starts now. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Alex Maragos. Stefan and Allison have the night off. We're starting tonight with the arrest of a teacher at Newcastle Valley High School.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Les saluda Amanda Salinas desde los estudios de Fox 7 Austin. Es jueves 3 de abril.
歡迎收睇香港一週新聞，我係黃恩光。香港民航處宣布下個月7號起。
Justin Allgaier looks to blow past the challengers in Darlington, aiming for another big win on the track too tough to tame.
This racetrack is so difficult.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series, this Saturday live from Darlington at 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific.
Here's your money rundown on Business First with Angela Miles.
I'm Angela Miles, and we're always so glad to have you here. Coming up, moving on. Why Trader Joe says the stock market might be trying to get over the Trump tariff turmoil. Politics into money. Why shares of President Trump's media stock, DJT, and billionaire CEO Elon Musk's Tesla are getting extra attention from investors. Bond market moment. Investing suggestions on bonds that stay firm as the stock market bounces around. And in Movies and Money, why our critic believes a new film featuring a Great Dane is more than a pet project. On the economic calendar, the weekly jobless claims are coming in along with ISM services. Here are the closing numbers from Wednesday's trading day.
Tonight, several breaking stories as we come on the air. The stock market free fall, the Dow losing more than 2,000 points today. President Trump responding tonight. Also breaking, there are reports of 3 tornadoes on the ground in the last hour. Dangerous storms moving in tonight, multiple states. And the beloved priest shot and killed at the church. First tonight, U.S. stock markets plunging for the second day in a row. The Dow dropping more than 2,000 points. Only the 4th time in history we've seen this. Millions of Americans worried about higher prices now and their 401ks. And tonight, China now retaliating after President Trump's tariffs. Democratic leaders fuming. The president was on the golf course today and what he said about all of this. Also tonight, breaking news, reports of those tornadoes on the ground. The storms moving in tonight across several states. Lee Goldberg standing by live with the forecast. And the states of emergency already tonight. A 9-year-old boy swept away walking to the bus. Tonight, actor and comedian Russell Brand facing multiple charges of sex assault involving several women. His response right here tonight. Here in the U.S., that beloved priest shot and killed outside the church rectory. What we're learning about the suspect now under arrest. The 24-year-old American bull rider killed in a horrific rodeo accident in front of thousands of people. What his father told us late today. In Washington tonight, a federal judge giving the Trump administration until Monday night to return an immigrant mistakenly deported to a notorious prison in El Salvador. The judge saying it was illegal to do so. The breaking news tonight involving the future of TikTok. The CEO accused of choking a man on a cruise ship. What led to the alleged attack? Honoring their father. Actor Val Kilmer's children just out tonight with a statement after all of the support this week. What they're now saying about their father. And the American dad who suffered from the same condition as Bruce Willis. Tonight, what his son is now doing in honor of his father, who is our person of the week.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. On this Friday night, we have several breaking stories, reports of multiple tornadoes on the ground in just the last hour, several states in the path tonight. So Lee Goldberg is standing by live with the timing of these storms as we go into the evening. But we do begin tonight with U.S. markets in a free fall today for a second day in a row after President Trump's sweeping new tariffs.
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News.
Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois.
I'm John Dickerson.
It is an all-out trade war between the world's 2 biggest economies.
China retaliated today for President Trump's 34% tariff on Chinese imports by announcing a 34% tax on all American goods.
Responding on Truth Social, the president claimed China had panicked and played it wrong. And addressing investors coming into the U.S., he said it's a great time to get rich.
But within minutes of that Trump posting, investors were fleeing the stock market as the trade war sell-off accelerated.
Tonight, Wall Street in turmoil. $5 trillion gone in just 2 days. The Dow drops 2,200 points, the worst week since 2020. China hits back hard, 34% tariffs after President Trump targeting nearly every country we trade with. Fed Chair Jerome Powell warns of high prices and weaker growth. J.P. Morgan now warning over a recession. What's the White House's next move? As American consumers wonder what to do, companies make tough choices. The Nintendo Switch pre-orders postponed. And the impact on everything from coffee beans to washing machines. First tornadoes, now floods, with 8 dead in storms and floodwaters rising. A 9-year-old boy tragically swept away. Al Roker tracking the next wave. Actor, comedian, provocateur Russell Brand charged with rape and sexual assault. His denial and what he's accused of doing. The father deported to an El Salvador prison even though his family says he's not a gang member. What a judge ordered the Trump administration to do. The timeshare dispute that landed a Michigan family in a prison in Mexico. Now they're out. How it happened and what they're telling us about the ordeal.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening and welcome. The financial markets sinking further today, their worst weekly performance since the start of the pandemic in 2020. The major difference, this market meltdown appears to be largely self-inflicted. The Trump trade war, the president's new tariffs being imposed on 180 countries, faced retaliation today from China, which announced it will place a 34% levy on American products.
Live from Washington, this is BBC News. U.S. stock markets closed sharply down for a second day in the wake of President Trump's trade tariffs. China announces further retaliatory tariffs on imports from the United States, bringing the world closer to an all-out trade war. And the son of a couple detained by the Taliban in Afghanistan pleads with the Trump administration to help secure the release of his parents. I'm Helena Humphrey. Good to have you with us. Stock markets around the world are continuing to fall in the wake of US President Donald Trump's tariffs, losing trillions of dollars and fueling fears of a global recession. Well, the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down sharply at 5.5%. The S&P 500 closed with some even steeper losses, down 5.98%. And earlier on Friday, the UK's FTSE 100 closed down 4.9%. That is its worst single day since the beginning of the COVID pandemic.
Tonight on Prime News at 7, the Chattanooga Fire Department is preparing to better fight wildfires in our area. Details on their new wildland fire team next. And celebration at UTC today as the NIT champions make their way home. Prime News starts right now.
You're watching Prime News at 7. This is the place for the Tennessee Valley and North Georgia's only live local news at 7.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Jesse Farley. Kay Blevins has the night off, and you're watching Prime News.
It was a quiet day in Deep East Texas, but right now at 10, areas to the north are beginning to see some of the destruction left behind by a series of storms. We'll look at some of the aftermath and when we could start seeing potential severe weather.
The Fed chair says the president's tariffs will likely lead to more inflation. I'm John Decker in Washington. That story coming up.
And state lawmakers are getting closer to putting the 10 Commandments in public school classrooms. Coming up, you'll hear what lawmakers say it will mean for students and staff statewide. KTRE 9 News starts right now.
Caring, committed, proud of East Texas. You're watching KTRE 9 News.
Good evening, East Texas, and thanks for joining us. I'm JD Conti. Things are quieting down as we come on the air across the Piney Woods, but Deep East Texas is also under the gun for the next round of severe weather.
First tonight, we have a weather impact alert into the weekend as heavy rain pours into East Texas, flooding streets, yards, homes, and threatening rivers. Good evening. I'm Brennan Gurley. Here's a live look at power outages across East Texas. At this hour, just over 16,000 homes are without power right now.
Always watching, always tracking. WTVA 9 News begins with the Severe Weather Authority.
This is all just structure, and we'll build it back, and we'll keep on living life now that they're not in a casket, you know.
Cleanup and repairs continue tonight in parts of Tippah County after a tornado touched down near Walnut Thursday morning. Meanwhile, check out this drone video from Marshall County sent in by the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency. Trees toppled, homes either damaged or destroyed.
The Hole-in-One Show is on the tee for Season 6. Tune into the premiere Sunday night, April 6th at 10:35 on KVLY and KFYR, and watch as these amateur golfers step up to take their shots at a hole-in-one to win a new Cadillac from Gateway Cadillac. It all starts Sunday night, April 6th.
You're watching Valley News Live on KVLY.
New this morning on the Valley Today, a driver's been cited after a crash in Fargo last night. What police are saying about it coming up. And a Fergus Falls woman is displaced this morning after her house caught fire. We'll explain what officials believe led to the fire, also coming up. And meteorologist Lisa Green has your forecast on this Friday, April 4th, 2025. The Valley Today at 6 starts right now.
This is the Valley Today.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us on the Valley Today. I'm Tata Miller. And of course, we're joined by meteorologist Lisa Green as we head into the weekend with some changes on the way. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, we have one more round of some wintry weather coming our way today, and it's already starting for some of us as we're stepping outside.